You are now tuned in to New York's very own Minx Couture. All the opinions and views expressed on this show are from mine and mine only. I take responsibility for everything I say. And if you're gonna be all up in your feelings, then this is not the platform for you, because this is The Minx Show. Okay, welcome back, everybody. What's up to my sister in the comments? Jasmine. She said, really, nigga? Yes, really. Yes. We have so much to talk about. We have so much to cover. Happy New Year, first and foremost. I know a lot of people been asking me, where have you been? What have you been doing? You know, there hasn't been no podcast. You know, I'm losing my mind. Okay, I made that up. Well, first and foremost, I just got a new setup, so y'all gotta really forgive me because I'm still trying to figure out a little bit. So since it's a new year, I'm doing new, different background music. So, all right, here we go. I like this one. Okay. All right, guys. This is The Minx Show, Season 2, Episode 1. We are back. I didn't want to come back like this. I was getting a lot of people messaging me about what my thoughts were about what's been going on with this R. Kelly thing. And what I'm going to say is this. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about it because I'm 32 years old and I was hearing about this shit when I was 16. So, to a lot of people, this is new. This is shocking. This is insanity. And I personally, I'm just like, why is this coming out now? Like, what, why is this coming out now? So I called this episode The Elephant in the Room because this is exactly what it is. It's an elephant in the room. This is what's been going on for years. And now everybody with this whole Me Too movement, you know, everybody wants to dig in and talk about it. And, you know, I said in the, when I was promoting this episode, you know, I wanted to record it. I kind of didn't want to record it around the time where I knew everybody would be tuning in live, because this conversation can go on for hours, and I'm just going to keep it very minimal. First thing I want to say is that, you know, I feel bad for any victim. There's a lot of victims that go through shit, especially female artists, and, you know, you're actually coming forward now to exercise your free speech to say this is what's going on. But I'm like, again, I'm 32 years old. We knew R. Kelly was funny when I was 16, 15 years old, you know. Okay, Wendy, shut up, Jess. My twin sister, she's like, she thinks I'm acting like Wendy Williams. I just keep it real. So it's a big elephant in the room because, you know, as a female artist, this is not new. You know, I don't like to be the conspiracy theorist in the room, but we all know, as a female artist, you know, you were not getting ahead unless you were given head in this industry. You know what I mean? It's not new. And it's not even about the music business. It's all the entertainment business. You know, the big wigs. These guys are the ones, you know, I was telling one of my constituents on Facebook. I was like, look, when we were in the studio back then, like 16, 15 years old, I seen a lot. I definitely seen a lot. And what bothers me is that, a lot of people keep saying, it's the parents' fault. It's this person's fault. It's bullshit. He and his lawyers didn't know Aaliyah was 15. We don't know what happened. We wasn't there. We can only go based on what court records say, and I say this. My only concern, the one thing that bothers me is that, number one, Aaliyah is not here no more. She cannot speak for herself. She cannot speak up for herself. She cannot say this is a fact. She cannot say that this is fiction. And, the fact that all these people are coming forward and speaking for her, what if this is her speaking beyond the grave? What they always say, what's done in the dark always comes to light. I've always had my quips where I've said I was always bothered by Aaliyah's death. And, I just thought it was quite strange that, all of these individuals who are involved are now distancing themselves from each other and saying, nah, I don't know this person and I didn't want to do this with this person. It's just really strange to me. So where I feel that bothers me, I'm about to play a clip actually. I hope Facebook don't flag me, but I don't give a F. Social media, not even social media, people don't realize, like, even back then, if you guys remember the Boondocks, they was talking about this shit on the Boondocks as an episode. Like, this was a full episode. I'm gonna cut into that clip real quick.
Kelly. Nothing. Let's get to the point. Now, some people see this so-called mountain of evidence, these videotapes, photographs, eyewitnesses, and DNA, and see a guilty man. But some of us can see that mountain of so-called evidence for what it really is. Racism.
Oh, he said it right there.
Which one was the one that got caught with that homely little white gal?
Kobe.
Right. Now, I know exactly what happened to Kobe. Kobe caught that white fever. White fever get in your blood, man, it'll make you crazy. And they got them short little skates nowadays and that, what they call them, the tongues?
Thongs.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna play the whole episode. I don't want to get flagged, but they were talking about this shit, and it was a comedy. It was a joke. It was funny. They poked fun at this R. Kelly thing back in the Boondocks. So I kind of sat there and I said to myself, the black community and the community in general, we got to stop acting surprised. Everything, there's a method to everyone's madness as to why things happen the way it does. But the fact that the Boondocks, and they always say life imitates art, blah 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 blah. My sister's texting me, he used the Boondocks. Of course I used the Boondocks. They were poking fun at it. They were making fun of it. Nobody was outraged. Nobody said anything. You have freaking Dave Chappelle that came out, was doing the Piss on You song, and everybody was singing Piss on You. You know what I mean? And it's like everybody wasn't outraged then. And again, like I said, I am in no way, shape, or form caping or defending Robert Kelly. But it was all fun and games, and it was all funny when it was being poked at, and everybody was laughing at it and picking at it and doing parodies and shit, using references about it. But that's what it is. My whole stance in as a female artist, from what I've seen growing up, behind the scenes, I'll tell you. First, I ain't gonna throw nobody under the bus, because again, like I said, what goes on in the dark usually happens in the light. So What people don't understand is when you're a female artist and you was in the lab. Hold on, let me set the mood for this. I'm gonna play my beat that I did for Snakes because I use this song as a intro for my commercial that I did for this shit. Okay, so here we go. Okay. When you're a female artist and you're young, and this is for any female artist that wants to watch, I hope you guys listen to me good and deep. When you're around a bunch of niggas, you cannot come off and being hit in a way where you drinking and you smoking and you being inebriated around a bunch of dudes. First of all, you can't carry yourself like that because you're there to work. You're at the studio to work. You're not there to hang. You're not there to chill. And here's what happens. You chilling, you're drinking, you're smoking, you're not in your element, you know, and these dudes, you know, they start, you know, they start talking to you. You know, they start talking to you funny, you know, and you're there by yourself. That's why I always say you don't go anywhere by yourself. First of all, you got to go with a group of people or maybe one other person, not to be turning up in the lab, because if they're drunk and high too, they can't help you. But to the girls that are very talented, you know, you got to be very mindful of the promises that people give you, because, you know, they'll promise you the world. They'll tell you, you know, they got a freaking house out in Cali and, you know, you should come fly out with me and this and that, and you wind up being a fucking sex slave. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and, you know, you have a lot of predators and men that prey on women, and men that observe, you know, how girls act. You know, they try to come to you as they're your friend or they're your confidant, and, you know, we artists, so, you know, you get it. Nah. So I'm pleading, like, to all female artists, like, y'all have to really be careful. You have to be careful. You have to evaluate people. You have to be aware of your surroundings, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be them against their word against yours, that you wanted it. And, you know, it don't go down like that, you know. And as a female artist that been through all of that shit, you know, I've seen shit. I've been through shit. I've fought dudes, you know, dudes that thought they was slick, you know, behind the scenes. You know, you drinking, you feeling a little nice, you go to the bathroom, they try to push in that shit. So it aggravates me in a sense, because, you know, it's a taboo subject. You know, women are the most targeted people, especially in these types of settings. And, you know, I had a lot of girls hit me up behind the scenes saying that they wanted to call in and talk about it, but they were scared. And don't be scared. Don't be scared. You know, you gotta really be careful. That's all I'm saying. You know, this predatory instinct that men have for some strange reason, you know, it's scary. It's very scary. And that's the last I'm gonna say about it. I mean, do I think R. Kelly is crazy? Do I think that he was probably doing some shit behind the scenes? I mean, who knows? I wasn't there, so I can't comment on that. But what I will say is that if 100 people are saying that the sky is fucking green, it's probably green. You know, you can't. People actually buy people's silence. You know, that's the other thing too. You know, these non-disclosure agreements and things like that. And even back then, it was like a tad, like, you know, people have said things growing up. Like, there was some people that said that you know how people, they start these little hood rumors. Like, they said that Ciara was a hermaphrodite, that disappeared. They said that Lady Gaga is from Yonkers, that disappeared. Like, it's just strange to me. It's just very strange to me that all this shit is coming out now. Because I know I did say in the last couple of podcasts before, I said the music business was next with this Me Too shit. And apparently it had to start with R. Kelly. So, I mean, that's the elephant in the room. This is what's going on. Everybody's acting surprised. I'm not surprised. I've seen so much shit, you know, in this business. I've seen so much shit. I've seen dudes be targets, you know. They act like dudes ain't giving it up or being raped. They are. It's how far you're gonna go for that deal. It's how far you're gonna go to be to the top. So I'm not gonna have this whole episode about R. Kelly because I know that's a lot of. But she went to school in Yonkers. Yes, she did. She went to Sacred Heart, Lady Gaga. Speaking of Lady Gaga, I'm kind of disappointed in Lady Gaga. I will definitely say. I actually unfollowed her on Twitter the other day because I think she's full of shit. We're going to get into that. First news article of the day. Is Lady Gaga, Do What You Want, sales rise after R. Kelly apology. What can I say about this? My thoughts about this whole thing with Lady Gaga, I think she's a hypocrite. You know, she comes off like, you know, she comes off like she's for victims and shit. But I'm sorry if, you know, I really think she's just trying to save her own ass at the end of the day. I actually tweeted a tweet that went, you know, kind of viral. Let me pull that up. Twitter.com. Now, you guys are not going to get that much background music until I download this other shit. Hold on. Twitter.com/Minx Couture. Okay. I had a tweet that went viral the other day. I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but I was just telling it, you know, like it is. And I said, hold on, I'm just going through my tweets because I do tweet a lot, guys. And they still hitting like on it too. And let me scroll down. Toy. Promotion. You guys gotta give me a second. Okay, I had said, let me go into my notifications because that would be a little bit easier to find the tweet. But a lot of people actually agreed with my thoughts on Lady Gaga apologizing. And I said, damn, I tweet a lot. Where is, okay, I said, oh, here it is right here. So the article says, it says Lady Gaga apologizes for working with R. Kelly and plans to pull their song in solidarity of the alleged victims, right? So I got 38 likes on this. And, you know, in Twitterville, that's kind of decent. You know, you can say that your shit went viral. Hello, everybody over on Live Me. We got 60 people. Okay. So I said, how do you apologize for working with someone? LOL. Studio sessions aren't 20 minutes. You created and built an idea, which probably took hours. You vibed together. You channeled each other's energy. You're sorry for yourself. You're scared of the backlash. It's the truth. All these artists that are coming out talking about, I'm sorry, and, I didn't know, that I was offending anybody. You're just saving yourself because you know that the association is, the association alone could kill her career because you're coming off as a martyr or automatically, in a sense, because you sacrificed your career by working with this man. But, there's a lot of people that, they do or have been in a real studio setting. And I'm talking about a real session. And, these sessions, when you're building a song from scratch, especially if you're working with someone like R. Kelly, who's a perfectionist, you're not going to be in there like in and out, sing this, sing that, But as you can see, it says that the album sales rose. So all of this is, in a sense, the attention is actually making all these sales skyrocket, because I actually pulled up and I posted it on it was at Facebook the other day. I said, do you know how many fucking songs R. Kelly wrote and produced? There should be a total blackout. A total blackout on the radio. He's written so many songs. I mean, I'm like, if you're canceling Lady Gaga, you gotta cancel Celine Dion. You gotta cancel Beyonce. You gotta cancel all these people. Thank you for the likes and the stars over at Live Maine. We got 61 people tuning in with us. You gotta cancel all these people then. And now they're coming after Michael Jackson. He's dead and gone. You know, what more can you want from him, you know? But Lady Gaga, you know, you're not fooling me. Like, you're really not fooling anybody, because the Grammys is coming up. She wants her Grammy. She wants her Grammy. And if people are turning a blind eye to the fact that she is just trying to save herself, because what happens is when the ship is sinking, people jump ship, and she jumped that ship quick, just like a Marion is trying to jump the ship. Like, all these R&B artists are jumping the ship because they're like, oh, you know, I don't want to be associated with Mr. Robert Kelly, but you're still getting streams based off of Robert Kelly. She says, but you're doing good. Thank you, Jasmine. I do appreciate it. She said, King of Lions. Hello, King of Lions. He says, yep, you're right. They're all jumping ship. And it's actually very sad, because if you do a song, you're going to stand by that song. And the type of, you know, discussions that I was having based on this tweet with other people that were responding. We have Keenan, who is King Colo. He said, you see, I do agree with this. The timing is bad. She didn't work with him in 93 or 2003. It was 2013, and she knew about his behavior with women. So like someone said, this is to try to secure herself, I'm sorry, for her Oscar, not her Grammy, I'm sorry, her Oscar for her role that she played in the most recent movie that she did. I don't know the title of it off the top of my head. And then I replied back, I said, victims would never associate themselves with someone who's been accused of placing someone in the same mental anguish as them, so she can kill all that I was in a dark place noise. Because that's what she stated. I did the song when I was in a dark place. But clearly, Piss on You came out at that time. Thank you for the likes, King. 100 likes to the broadcaster. Thank you so much. You guys are the best over there on Live May. So then King Colo responds back, and he says, yeah, everything, even saying I was young is a poor excuse too, because 27 is not 17 and she knew better. Just be real and say I wanted to collaborate with one of the greats of R&B. Yes, the man has problems, but it doesn't mean he can't be talented musically, and that's why she worked with him. A Star Is Born. Yes, Jasmine. So here's my response. I said, making a song is like making a baby. You can't unrecord a song, just like you can't unfuck someone. The result still exists. You can regret something all day, but in both instances, you weren't sorrowful during the process of creation. So, you know, Miss Gaga, you know, if you ever, you know, we ever cross paths in real life, I'm going to tell you, you know, you're full of shit, Miss Gaga. I'm not buying that shit. You know, a lot of us need to start taking responsibility for our actions. You know, just be real about it. Just like, yeah, King Alliance is saying, just telling someone they're dope, but acknowledging they have problems is, yes. And you know what? Who said this? I forgot. I was roasting this dude on Twitter. He said something like, can you overlook someone's politics or the wrong that they have done? Like, can you cancel all their music just because they did something wrong? That is a very tough question, but it's a no-brainer, because, you know, so any support is support. So I replied back. I think it was Ebro. He wrote some shit like that on Twitter. He said, "Can what is wrong with supporting someone's music and not caring about their politics?" And I said, "Well, how would you feel if George Zimmerman became a painter? Would you buy his paintings? I mean, he still fucking killed someone. He took the life of an innocent boy that was going to the store to get some fucking Skittles. So you're gonna negate the fact of his crime because he paints well? Like, it don't make no sense." I've been on a roll on Twitter. Y'all need to follow me on that at Minx Couture, at Minx Couture. So that's just like a couple of things that were bothering me. I said I wanted to get it out of my system. I wanted to talk about it. All of this stuff that's going on. I believe it's great because it's giving a lot of women, power to actually, speak up and say, some shit is going on. There's something terrible going on in the world. I said women and children are the most targeted for abuse, and it needs to stop. So I also got into I don't know if anybody, man, me and these Nicki Minaj fans, we be getting into it on Twitter a lot, because I speak my mind. I think Nicki Minaj is crazy. I think there's something mentally wrong with her. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a hater. I just think that there's something wrong with the fact that she's trying to procreate with a fucking rapist and a murderer. Like, I just, everyone can support that, They're like, what does that got to do with you? It has a lot to do with me. Some of us have children that like Nicki Minaj. Some of us have little baby cousins that look up to her, So how do you tell a young 9-year-old, 10-year-old, a girl, that their favorite is dating someone that has been accused and convicted of these heinous crimes? It sucks. So of course I said some shit, I said something dumb, it was facts, but maybe I shouldn't have said it, but I said what I thought. I said, yo, Nicki Minaj has a platform and she doesn't use it to, help girls come forward to speak up about any sort of abuse or anything that's going on in the home. And this just shows me that her fans are crazy just like her, because Nicki Minaj's fans, one by one, they came after me. They were attacking me. They were calling me all kinds of names. They were like, "You're a failed rapper with a bullshit podcast that nobody watches, and you're ugly." And they were taking my picture and they were blowing it up and, pointing out all of my flaws, like my eyebrows and the fact that I wear contact lenses to see. And, I asked them all the same question, are you getting paid for this hate? Does Nicki Minaj pay you to attack people? And they can't answer that. But when you point out these facts, they get so fucking pissed. You're like, look, her brother's a rapist. She's dating a rapist. She's dating a murderer. Like, you guys don't see anything wrong with that. And, you're ugly, you're dumb, your music's trash. I got a couple of streams out of it. I ain't that tight. But she's shooting her own self in the foot, and her fans are actually helping her get to hell faster, because a person's politics, like, it's important. It is important when you are in the public eye and you have people investing in your craft, because that's what you're doing. You're buying their music, you're buying their their accessories, whatever they're advertising, you're buying it. So you're funding their existence as a celebrity. You're damn right you're going to be acting right, or you will get canceled. I will not purchase your records. And that's the problem. Y'all, everybody just cancels people for all the dumbest shit. Oh, this guy, he dates white women, so we're going to cancel him. Even though he built a fucking school in Africa, you're going to cancel him because he's dating a white bitch. Like, does that make any sense to me? No. But y'all won't cancel a celebrity that is confusing young girls by dating the problem. What if she is a rapist too? You know what? You know what? My sister, she's tuned in. She's writing in the comments, and I'm gonna just tell her something that our grandmother had told me one time. She said a crackhead is only gonna date a crackhead. A crackhead ain't gonna date no doctor. And the fact that I pointed out the fact, I said Nicki Minaj, her alter ego at the time that she claims that she killed was Roman. I pointed out Roman Polanski. Her alter ego is Roman Zelensky. Okay. So Roman Zelensky, if you look at the fandom, and again, all shade, all day. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. I'll tell the truth. People need to wake up and stop being fucking stupid. Roman Zelensky was Nicki Minaj's alter ego, well known and utilized as her self-professed favorite. He was a homosexual male from London. I mean, I don't know what the fuck she was smoking. But anyway, just like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, Nicki Minaj adopted a male homosexual entity and released this entity with the song Bottoms Up with Trey Songz. And basically people were saying that it was kind of strange that she would use that name, being that you have a Roman Polanski who, if you look into his information, it's just very sad, and scary of what he's accused of. He is a child rapist. So tomato, my ass. Let's click on that. Roman Polanski's sexual abuse case. In March 1977, Roman Polanski was arrested and charged in Los Angeles with 5 offenses against Samantha Grimer, a 13-year-old girl, raped by use of drugs, perversion, sodomy, lewd and lavish acts upon a child under the age of 14. And the thing is, he was convicted of this shit and he fled the country. This man is still on the run. But that's your fave. I'm a hater though. And you point this shit out to them and they're like, well, did she rape them? She doesn't have to rape them. So people have to be real mindful, especially if you have, anyone that's tuning in that has teenagers and stuff. You have to really look at this information. Why the fuck would Nicki Minaj adopt a name similar to a known rapist that drugged and raped a 13-year-old? 5 offenses, convicted, and fled the fucking country. There's something really wrong with people that defend that. You can be all this Me Too shit all day, but these are the facts, and people don't like the fucking facts, and that's okay. You can negate and you can cape for this bitch all you want, but I don't want to hear not one thing about how much you're in shock about what Robert Kelly did, because you're caping for a artist that clearly does not denounce this shit, would have never adopted a name like that, and would have never used it. And it's just silly. It's just dumb. So those were the main points I wanted to get out of my system. The beats that I am playing in the background are my beats. They are not for sale. But I do have some music for you guys. Wait, he also had his wife Sharon Tate, unborn baby found killed by Charles Manson. See, exactly. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the background and behind the scenes. Some of this stuff is, Illuminatic. I don't like to say it, but it's true. So we all need to wake up. We're all under attack as females and children. We have to band together and we need to stop with this. You just got to be careful. You got to be careful when you're around people. So new music. First, I want to play a little skit for you guys. I want to lighten up the room, because this was kind of like sad to talk about. It was very sad, but I had to get it out my chest. It was bothering me. This artist, I came across his page on Instagram by accident. And you have your pleasure, your happy accidents. And I was just looking for a hashtag called rapper memes because I just wanted to laugh. You know how you just plug in a hashtag and you're just like, I want to laugh. Excuse me. So I plugged in this hashtag and I was pleasantly surprised because this gentleman does parodies of like kind of like the same parodies that I would do on Vine about being like the angry engineer, because the type of artist that would come to the lab and be drunk or high or invite his friends over, and I would do little parodies about that, like 6-second parodies, and people would get a little giggle out of it. So this gentleman, he goes by the name of Lovesick Hermes. Oh, excuse me, Heartsick Hermes. I'm sorry. And we had a nice little conversation earlier, and he didn't, when I reposted it on my page, I just was like, I'm fucking dead because this dude is hilarious. But for those of you that didn't see the clip on my page, I'm actually going to play it for you guys so you guys can hear it for yourselves. But I was in tears. But let me play it for you guys. It's called Why Rappers Never Pay for Beats. Here we go.
If I
Hold on one second. Let me put hilarious. And you come across those types of pleasant, accidents, and you're just like, oh shit, this is so relatable. So, I reposted it on my Instagram, and we were talking, and he was asking me like, oh, what do you do, whatever. I was like, I do podcasting, and he sent me his track, and I was very, first of all, I always tell artists, when you send someone your track, and you're a little bit worried, you're like, oh, I hope that it's not trash. I don't critique songs on a basis of if your song is trash. I don't critique songs like that, and I don't think it's fair to do that to someone, especially a person that has a musical ear like me. So he sent me his track and I listened to it, and I was actually impressed. I was like, wow, this is a really good track because it's catchy. The beat is dope. I was listening to it, and I wanted to play it for you guys. It's on Spotify, which is great because my new mixer that I just had, my dad bought me for Christmas. This new mixer is actually Bluetooth. So I'm excited because, I'm able to, play my Spotify off my phone. So, if we get kicked off of Facebook, that's okay. I don't mind. I still have, my other platforms that are up. So I'm going to play his track. Well, first I'm going to show you guys a picture so you guys can follow him, because I told him, when I hear something, I know, I'm like, this is good. This is real good. So I'm about to take his picture, save image as favorites. Here we go. So I'm gonna pull up his picture for you guys before I play his record. Okay, so here we go. So here it is. His name again is Heartsick Hermes. He is on Spotify. That is also his Instagram handle. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to play his track real quick. It's called Locks Too Long. Locks as in hair, not locks, but it's Locks Too Long. Again, Heartsick Hermes. You guys can look him up. And tell me what you guys think. I was feeling this record. That's why I really wanted to play it tonight. So here we go. Locks Too Long.
Run your shit. Run your shit. Run your shit. Run it. Run your shit, little baby. Run your shit. Run your shit. Run your shit, little baby. Run your shit. Run your shit. Run your shit, little baby. Run your shit. My life got too long. My head got too heavy. A rose got his stone. The boy got his weapon. I'm gassed up, no edges. I'm masked up, no flexing. I smoke gas, no reggie. I shoot blanks unleaded. Hermes playing sideline, cause the main thing is stressing. Couch up during prime time, but the timeline don't mention. This time I got second. A nigga can't come second. I take blows, don't fall. I blow up, no question. I can't convict Jesse. Check me, no exit. Charged up, no debit. Two loans, no credit. Word by no ending. Yo, team, keep the nose clean with the raw cane I'm selling. Dope dealing was worth damn, but my dog charge still pending. Always run on with the sentence. Country grammar, how I spell it. Grandma magic is compelling. Tend to slur and never tell it. Fake news when I'm shelling. Pop balls for the R. Mumble rapping for the fellas. Flex with your bitch cause I like the aesthetic. Chill vibes and good throat that bring academic. Look what I cooked up, that boy is a menace. Thank God I'm blessed with the pot like a chemist. Hit me at the core, I'm better. Lane switching with the speed. Suicide, how I'm flexing. Doors up while I weed. I be another breed. You ain't bowling in my league. You ain't showing what I read. You can't picture what I see. Pablo Picasso, my paint is invested. We die for colors that been in a reference. They called us black, damn them white cats obsessive. Thank God I'm blessed with the pot like a chemist. Run your shit, little baby, run your shit. Run your shit. Run your shit, little baby, run your shit. Run your shit. Run your shit, little baby, run your shit. My life got too long. Sipping a lot, thinking a lot. Why can't I stop? Drinking a lot, give it a shot. But life got too heavy. 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 Life got too heavy.
Yeah, so that was Heartsick Hermes. And his music is actually very dope. Y'all gotta check it out.
Ride with me now, pull up with your shorty. Ride with me now, pull up with your shorty. Slide with me now, roll up with your shorty. Slide with me now, roll up with your shorty.
Hot shorty, 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 hot shorty.
My color getting killed, I know I might, don't make it. My black bitch shade and my hoes move like snakes, no Satan. My white hoes say yes, black folks make this life look banging. Say mixy with the bitches like a damn Dalmatian. I cannot find my spot and no, I won't go change it. My janky camouflage brought home, I swear it's so flagrant. I never been a blender on my ops, milk shaking. My lickin' for that ice, I need that cream, no patience. Order up, yeah I said it, number one. Bitch bitch, I'm in it. Go and get it. Go and get it. Go and get it. Go and get it.
Bad niggas damn, she don't like the hair hoe. I'm the nigga that the shorty take a chance for. Change plans for. Pop Zans for. Be friends for. Drop pants for.
Ride with me now, pull up with your shorty. Ride with me now, pull up with your shorty. Slide with me now, roll up with your shorty. Slide with me now, roll up with your shorty.
Hot shorty, 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 hot shorty.
Swing you out the club, I do not need a kitty. Ooh, pop you in the big, you hit it, tip the kitty. Ooh, then we could've walked, I told you peep the 80. Ooh, drive a look up, they probably think we nasty. Ooh, swear the cheapos in the clique gon' make me chitty. Ooh, take it to the dome, these bitches call me Tinky. Ooh, growing up, man, only mama ever hit me. Ooh, how ironic now that thotties call me Diddy. Beat that ass up every time they acting bratty. Posing with no clothes, whatever make you happy. I don't cut these hoes, it's okay, you can tag me. Ain't attaching to a madam, I'm too focused, don't distract me.
Bad niggas damn, she don't like the hair hoe. I'm the nigga that the shorty take a chance for. Change plans for. Pop Zans for. Be friends for. Drop pants for.
Pull up with your shorty. Pull up with your shorty. Give it to him, shorty. Give it to him, shorty. Shorty. Pull up with your shorty. Pull up with your shorty.
Yeah, so again, like I said, he is on Spotify, Heartsick Hermes. So that was very dope. I was very, sometimes, I always say you gotta give, these songs a chance. You can't you can't be cocky. You gotta be 100%, willing to help artists, and if they want to critique, you gotta give them a real critique. I told him, the song was hot. I was feeling it. It was something I would repeat. I would definitely play that again. I was actually in the middle of doing dishes, so that definitely helped. Get the process going, because I was like, yo, this is hot. I'm just gonna get my live me up again, because I kind of, my phone died and I had about 100 people watching. So let me get this back up. Podcast record. Okay, and we're gonna get into music. Okay, and let's get this go live. Okay, so we back live over here. Hey, Jonathan Lopez. Okay, so we back. All right, so last but not least, I wanted to get into one more thing. I just launched the new Minx radio. I wanted to talk about that. So you guys gonna have to bear with me. Now, after the holidays, I got sick. I caught a really bad, I don't know, I woke up, I had, I felt I had a cold already, but, I still felt like shit. And it just seemed like during the day, when you get sick and, it just keeps getting worse and worse. And you're like, I've been sick before, but not like this. Taking care of the children's, and, I just felt very hot. And I was like, something's not right. And I go and I take my temperature, which I never do. But something just told me I had to take my temperature. And it was 102. And I was like, oh no, something's not right. So somehow or another, I was hospitalized for a couple of days, about 3 days in the hospital, because they couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong. And people that know me, they know that I have a little bit of a health issue, because excuse me, ooh, I'm done burping and everything. I have a little bit of a health issue. I had a hernia repair, and for some reason, when I had the repair done, it just failed. It just, it happens. You have children, your body stretches, it doesn't, bounce back. So I had to repair, and I have to have another surgery to repair the repair. So somehow or another, I was in the hospital for 3 days, and obviously when you're sick, you're not really focusing on anything but your health, because you want to get back home and you want to be safe, and you just don't want to be in a hospital setting. And I got an email from one of my constituents who said, Minx, your website is down. And I was like, what the fuck you mean my website is down? Come on, I pay all my bills. So my website went down. I don't know for what reason. So when I came out of the hospital, I sent an email over to the hosting site that I was using, which was Radio King. I'm putting them on blast because fuck them. I put them on blast. I sent them a nasty email, as professional as I could. And I was like, what's the story? They were like, oh, you didn't pay your invoice on Tuesday. I was like, okay, but it's Thursday. Excuse me, it was Saturday. I said, a couple of days have lapsed, so you take my website off the air? They were like, yeah, because your invoice. I was like, okay, you start pulling plugs when you're behind months. I was behind a couple of days. I was in the hospital. I also sent a screenshot of my paperwork to prove that I was in the hospital. And then they mysteriously put my website back up. And I was like, no. You made me lose business, bruh. You made me lose business, bruh. So I went a different route. I went somewhere else. I started searching around, because Minx Radio, the original website, wasn't where I wanted it to be. I'm trying to create something. I know a lot of artists. I know a lot of producers. We cannot network on Facebook. We cannot network on Twitter. We cannot network on Instagram. I mean, it's a great tool to promote yourself. But as far as networking, no. So when I first started doing business with Radio King, they offered me a first package, which was like $19 a month, which I was cool with. And, it did not give me everything that I asked for. Like, I wanted to have artist profiles. That was important to me, because every artist that I play, I want people to come back to the radio station, because you have some people that do podcasting, and you have some people that do radio shows, and they take money from artists and they play their song, and then that's it. It was like a one-night stand. You don't even call them the next day to find out what their status is. What happened with the song. They just tell you to follow them on their social media so they can shove their shit down your throat. I wasn't trying to be that type of podcaster. I said I wanted to create a social network where artists can network together, and we can all politic and, do everything. And I'm a big forum head. I love forums. I'm heavy on Reddit. I wanted that. I was like, I want a forum. I want all that shit. So I started reaching out to different services that were off. They wanted an arm and a leg, and I was like, I don't have an arm and a leg to give you guys. I just want my minxradio.com to be what I want it to be. So I thought about it, and I went with Ning. Ning, and it does everything I wanted to do. I spent 4 days designing this website from scratch. Well, a lot of it was drag and drop, but still the content is a lot of HTML coding, kind of like when the MySpace days. It's important to me that my website is a reflection on what I do as a artist and a promoter. So I just want to go through the website with you guys real quick, because, I'm just so excited about it. Number one, I worked really hard on it, and I'm going to take you guys through the website. This way you guys can see for yourself that I wasn't playing. Okay, so let me share my desktop here. App window. Okay, so this is the website. This is the website. Let me just clear this out. Hey, Ebony. Hearts to you too, doll. Okay, so this is what I created. This is minxradio.com. This is the new minxradio.com. As you see, I'm live, I'm talking. So if we ever get kicked off of Facebook, you know that you can come to minxradio.com and watch the live stream. Okay? Of course, this is my banner section for my promotions. You know, this is just scrolling. It just scrolls. So again, don't miss our self-syndicated podcast, now on 17 different platforms, including Spotify, and it just scrolls. So people that hit me up with banners, I want to show this to live me so they can see this. So people that they see my banners and stuff, it's actually pretty cool. I have kind of like a Facebook thing, you sign up, it says what's your grind, what's on your grind instead of what's on your mind. I'm so cheesy, don't judge me. I just like to be cute sometimes. Okay, so it just says what's on your grind, so you can update like your status, which is cool. Jewels of the week, of course. I write my blogs, they come here. And what's perfect about this is that other artists that have any articles that they want to contribute to the site, they can actually monetize those articles and get paid for it. So it's actually pretty cool. I set it up that way because I want artists to be able to make money as well. Again, the Minx Show. This is our Instagram right here. So everything comes here. I have a chat room here. Because eventually, if they decide to shut down Facebook ever, I will have, this is a fully operational chat room. Obviously, there's no members in Minx Radio yet because I haven't really promoted it until I said the podcast I was going to talk about it. So, once you become a member, you can actually talk in the chat room, which is cool. So, of course, these are all the past episodes of the podcast. You can leave a shout out. And of course, when I play music during the day, which is the next thing that's going to be happening, 12 hours of independent artist music will be playing all day at the bottom where it says Mixler live audio. So you'll see that. So let's go back to the top here. Okay. Again, I was excited about the forum. I wanted a forum. I got a forum. So I opened up a forum here so that all artists can be able to discuss things, kits, whatever. Indie news, obviously, any artists that want exclusives, because I write really nice things. These are our past guests and people that have actually signed up for my exclusive packages for promotion. Their bios and stuff go here. Obviously, the artist jewels, which is advice and my little quips that I figure out, I put it here, which is totally enabled to be shared through Twitter, Facebook, or liked on Google+. And once you're a member, of course, you can hit like and all that. Song reviews. I think this was a very important tool to add to the website because of the fact that people are always asking for critiques. Now you can post your song and everybody can share it, or they can give you some honest feedback on it. Also, I added a voting section because, I want to keep Minx Radio organized as far as audio is concerned. If people are saying a song is trash and they don't want to ever hear it again, they got to vote on it. I'm just not going to make that decision. It's not my job. Events, of course, is a great tool for promoters who also join the website. They can post up any events that are anywhere in the country. And if it applies, great. If it don't, oh well. Of course, the next tab is the exclusives. I'm going to be working really hard on getting more exclusive, which I have a whole lot of emails to go through. And my favorite part, my page. Everyone that joins minxradio.com gets their own profile page, which acts kind of like a Facebook in a sense. You get a comment wall. You can post events or discussions. Any blogs that you write actually get featured. Any videos that you post, you can post up your music videos and stuff and your photos. So, again, like I said, when you become a member of my website, you're not, first of all, when you submit your songs to Minx Radio, you become part of the family because that's kind of like it's kind of like an application to be a part of the family. I don't just approve everybody's music. Everyone keeps forgetting that. But that's what I worked on. So again, this was a very, very tough month for actually last month. This was a very, very tough. Thank you so much over at Live Me. It was a very tough month. For me, it was a challenging month. You know, everything is never going to be perfect with anything I do, but I definitely do work very hard with what I do. So it's actually one of my beats I was working on. So this is a beat that I was working on. So just take a listen real quick. It's pretty dope. So I was actually working on this beat. A lot of people that saw that live that day, I did finish the beat. I finally did. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm probably gonna write something to it and try to find a pop artist for it. But this is a pretty dope beat. I like it. Yeah, so that's what I was working on a couple of days ago. Actually, I did it on the live. People were asking me, did you finish that beat? I was like, yeah. So this beat is called Going My Way. You know, are you going my way? So that was that. So there was another one. Oh, this beat right here. Cause I gotta showcase what I've been working on too. I don't want you guys to think that I was just sitting around with a thumb up my ass. So this one is another one I was working on. Here's a hip hop track I was working on. Here we go. So yeah, that's another one I was working on. So I've been very busy. I've been very busy. I've been working on this radio It's a lot what I do. A lot of people think that this is easy. I've had people hit me up and ask me, hey Minx, I want to do a podcast and I want to do this, I want to do that. Look, if you put your mind to it and if you put your mind to it and you work real hard towards your goal. Yes, I like DIYs. When you put your mind to it and put your mind towards anything, you can create something. I literally woke up one day and I said, you know what? I want to do a podcast, but I wanted it to be kind of like an audio visual thing, and I don't know how to start it. And I started with my research, and then I was talking to other podcasters who didn't want to tell me shit. People that wanted to keep all the information to themselves, like they began the whole tirade of, no, the whole journeys of podcasting. And if you're thinking about starting a podcast, I just want to give you 3 facts. Okay. Fact number 1, there are 5.4 million people that listen to podcasts. So when you do a podcast, you want to make sure that your podcast is A, catchy, B, at least an hour. I don't like to go over an hour because people lose interest after a while. And 3, promotion. Just like an artist would promote themselves, you got to promote your podcast like it's your job. People will look at my numbers and they're like, Minx, your music page has 1,000 followers, but your podcast has 6,000. Obviously, you see, what I've been doing. But the bottom line is that if you believe that you can do something, you can do it. Don't let little things like money get in the way, because things will come. If you are passionate about your craft, or you're passionate about starting something, whether it's a small business or if it's just a little side hustle, and you just have to do your research first. You got to do your research. You got to see how much time and effort you're going to have to need to put into your idea. And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to believe in the idea, because you're going to tell people, which I tell people to stop telling people everything. You're going to tell people, look, I want to do something. And then, hey, Kawan, you're going to tell people I want to do something, and they're going to tell you it's impossible. And then you're going to feel like, I don't want to do this shit. People were sending me music all the time as an artist. People were sending me beats all the time as an artist. I said, you know what? Some people said, Minx, my government's Alexis, was like, Minx, you can't rap for shit. Your beats are all trash, but you got a nice radio voice. I said, well, at least you like me with something. At least you like something. So you have to, especially artists, you got to have a back burner. You got to fall back sometimes and say, give yourself a breather. I have songs to record for days. I have songs to record. But I said, I get into fights all the time with these fucking haters, these girls that seem to think that they know everything. And, they're so quick to call you a failed something. And I always say, you fail when you stop trying. Okay. You fail when you stop trying, and you fail when you don't begin. So you can call me a failed rapper. You can call me, I told you had it. Thank you, Cowan. You could tell me I'm a failed rapper. You can call me a failed producer. You can call me a failed whatever. But I tell you what I don't fail at. I don't fail at sticking to what I want to do. Okay? I don't fail at that. If I put my mind to something, I'm going to make it happen. And what you think, it manifests and it grows. Everything you think, it manifests and it grows. If you want to be a rapper and you got 100 people telling you that you suck, you don't quit. What you do is you stand your ass in the mirror and put on that damn metronome. And I was telling another male artist this. He's like, what is a metronome? A metronome is a thing that goes. This is how I learned how to rap. So you let that shit play and you just try to stay on the beat, yo. This is how these niggas rap, but so you have to perfect your craft in everything you do. I sometimes sit in the mirror and I work on my presence, on how I talk to you guys, So if you want to start a podcast, do it. If you want to be a rapper, do it. If you want to be a singer, do it. But don't let these people plant seeds of doubt in your head because you don't have the mindset to actually just stick to it. Thank you, Cal One. You just got to stick to it. You think you ugly, you think you ugly, then watch some beauty tutorials and try to get yourself pretty. I mean, I don't know. There's information for days. Okay, I just recently started reading the 48 Laws of Power. Okay, if some of y'all don't like to read, there is the audio, but they got that shit on Spotify. I be cooking and shit. I got my headphones on and I just be listening like, yo, that shit is true. Yo, that shit is true. There's no excuses no more. You got people that took the time out with a little microphone like this and read 48 Laws of Power for Spotify. Like, listen to it. If you don't like to listen to that shit, just pick up a book and read something, because they always say the only way they're going to hide information from people is if they put it in a fucking book, because if it's not easily accessible to y'all don't want it. So I've been reading books lately, not like I never used to read, but, I just kind of gave up on, now that everything became electronic. But put work in, effort equals money. Exactly. You have to invest in yourself. Investing doesn't mean money. Investing can just mean time. If you're not putting time into yourself, y'all be putting so much time into these fucking comments and statuses and you talk the good talk, a lot of you. I always was told, Minx, you like to motivate people, you should be a motivational speaker. I can't motivate nobody that don't want to be motivated. I can just tell you and impress upon you that this shit is possible. It is possible to do whatever the fuck you want. Okay, so again, season 2. We are in season 2. I came in season 1. Y'all saw this platform start from just a cell phone on Periscope. I was on Periscope just talking shit, and it started from a cell phone, just sitting on and talking and answering questions. And then people were like, you should do a show. And I was like, you know what? I should do a show. Sometimes you need that push, and I got the push I needed. So to be in season 2, syndicated, I syndicated myself. That's the other thing. Y'all need to really, I be doing webinars. Okay, I do webinars. I actually charge like a little monetary fee, but I do webinars where I actually discuss how to market your shit properly with no money down. You can invest money if you want type shit. And people just would rather buy followers. They'd rather buy likes. They'd rather buy you're hurting yourself in the end, because your engagement is going to show that you was lit on Vine. I was very lit on Vine. And when Vine comes back, it's going to be the second coming of Minx, because Minx got new music. Minx got new content. And, I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, again, we signed these papers. I'm going to be in a real studio, Now it's them. I did all the work I was supposed to do. Okay. I got all my own equipment. I got everything. So all I need to do is put my little booty in a chair and say, this is my chair. Because I want to sit down and meet you guys. I want to talk to artists. I want you guys to come and, help me co-host, shit like that. I invested my own money in this. Like, stop using your tax money on dumb shit. You don't need a flat screen. Don't buy flat screens. Okay? Don't buy sneakers. You don't need the new iPhone. They do the same shit that the old iPhone does. Okay? You don't need these frivolous nonsense that's going to be played out after 6 months. Invest. And if you think that there aren't people out there that says, damn, I wish I had a business partner, look for a business partner. Stop looking for a bitch and stop looking for a nigga. Stop looking for love. Look for business. Okay? I just wanted to give you guys my little tough love. Interviews. Yes, interviews. I got people hitting me up. I'm going to fly in from Georgia. I had a dude say, I'm from Iceland. I'm a rapper from Iceland. But, the next time I'm in New York, I want to come and sit with you. You can't come in my house. You can't come in my house. So we're going to need a spot. So I did my legwork. I spoke to the guy. I went back. I said, I need this. So with that said, I really do appreciate all the support. Without you guys tuning in and you know, I get the analytics. I'm obsessed with analytics. I wake up, I have my coffee, I vape, and I'm reading my analytics. You guys are sharing the shit out of my content. You guys are really, I love you guys. I really do appreciate it. And you know, I hope this season is going to be even better, because I hope that the next episode I'll be in my studio. You know what I mean? I want to be in my studio. But if not, you know, that's always cool too. You know, I just gotta be patient. Everything comes when you deserve it. All right. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I'm breaking a lot of bread. A lot of people want to do partnerships with the Minx Show. I'm down. I'm not about the, you know, I'm not going to say I'm not about the money, because money does help. I have mouths to feed. What I am about is the music, and what I am about is the craft, and what I am about is the artists and the producers, you know. So I'm not here to make a quick buck. I'm here just to get to know each and everybody that's interested in doing music. And if I got to roast you, we going to roast. If I've got to call bullshit that you just doing this shit because you just, you know, whatever, I'm going to do it. You want to sit down and politic, great. You want to sit down and talk about your project, great. But at the end of the day, it's very important to me that I started this, because this is my outlet to speak to the world. And since they wouldn't give me one, I took it. With that said, guys, I'm going to close out the show with a song. Let me see. Who did I want to play? Because I had Splash Boys. Actually, we were talking about this last time. Splash Boys had actually dropped an album. I don't think I have it on this phone, because again, we're Bluetooth now. we don't do the wires no more. But let's see. Actually, I'm gonna close out the song. I have a little sister. Her name is Tori. She has a song called Rocket. I wanna close out with a female artist, because we've been dealing with so much. So I'm gonna close out with Rocket by Tori, and this is my little sister. Here we go. Thank you so much, and this is Minx signing out.
I've been peeping all the signs that you've been giving me. And know I want you, but I cannot act too swiftly. You make me wet, and boy, you make me better. My body is your body, this is your type of party. Yes, I said it and I mean it. I'm not sorry if it's naughty. Thinking about what you gonna do to me. My body craves you. It's clear to see. You're my number one fantasy. Feeling cool inside like an ocean breeze. And kiss on my thighs while I roll your trees. Got my pennies all soaked, yeah, you know you're free. Oh daddy, come eat this pussy. Rock it, don't stop it. Ride, rock it, don't stop it, boy. Say rock it, don't stop it. Ride, rock it, don't stop it, boy. Say rock it, don't stop it. Ride, rock it, don't stop it, boy. Say rock it, don't stop it. Ride, rock it, don't stop it, boy. stop it, boy.